Hey, I was going to do a video actually on the lockdown event that was actually early this morning because I'm in England. But I was going to do a review on the whole event, but actually I was going to do a video based on the end of that pay-per-view. For those of you who didn't see it, the uh, big news coming out of that is that Bobby Lashley has indeed signed to TNA Wrestling, and he was the world champion that they had been negotiating with from the other organization to come to them. And that was interesting, very interesting, especially if you're following Lashley's MMA career right now and how that kind of you've got his MMA career and you've got his wrestling career, WWE, TNA wrestling career. And that's very interesting because on the one hand, it did create a bit of a buzz. People are talking about it, obviously, from what I've seen so far. People are interested. We'll see what effect it has on the ratings and the quality of the programming. People are excited. Dream matches like Bobby Lashley and Kurt Angle, which never happened. Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe is another big one. There's a lot of characters he's never interacted with, so it provides TNA with a lot of fresh options. But there's some good and bad with that because if you followed Bobby Lashley's MMA career, from what he'd been saying, I believed he was going to have a full-time MMA career. Maybe he's probably still training on the side now afterwards. But the I saw Lashley's last two fights. He's only two fights. The first fight was more of a quick knockout, slam the guy, cut the guy open fight. And the second fight, we kind of got to see more of what Bobby Lashley can do as a fighter. And I don't know, even though he did win that fight, I don't know if him going to TNA is the best thing if he wants to have a full-time MMA career and possibly fight in the UFC or Strikeforce or just become one of the number one or top five ranked heavyweights in the world. Because if you saw the fight that he had with Jason Guida, we saw Lashley's ability to take people down. We saw Lashley's ability with the stand-up. He had some solid to decent boxing skills for a guy who's only had two fights. But we also saw a lot of holes in his game, and one of them was that Lashley couldn't finish this fight, and he should have, and he kept he left himself into vulnerable positions, and he kept, like, his head got caught in a triangle. He almost lost the fight actually at that point, and he won the fight by decision. And he's lucky actually that he didn't get choked or tapped out because he did leave himself very vulnerable to things like that. So him joining TNA may not be the best thing for his MMA career. Then again, it may be because the publicity he will get benefits him, adds a bit, gets a bit more exposure on Spike TV, and then apparently when he goes to his next MMA fight, he can kind of take some of the fan base from TNA to his MMA fights and make them a bigger deal. But I don't know if that was the best thing for him to do. Uh, for TNA, it probably benefits them, but how much? Because how long is Lashley going to be there? What kind of contract did they sign him under? Is it going to be a short-term contract where he's there for maybe a few months, or is it going to be something where he's in and out, in and out? Kind of similar to what was rumored to be with Kurt Angle when Kurt wanted to do MMA on the side, where he would be taking time off to train. And I don't know if that's entirely beneficial for TNA, especially with the roster problems, because they've just got such a big roster and they've just got people all over the place and all of that, and they're only just starting to get it together creatively. And I don't know. Yeah, it comes with its ifs and buts at the moment, but this is just my gut reaction to the news right now. I'm excited. Lashley is still very young, or very young in his wrestling career. He was pushed as one of the big guys of the WWE. He seemed to be one of the future stars, one of the main eventers that they wanted. But it was clear if you were watching TV, they just had plans for him. They wanted him to be one of their next Cena's or Lesnar's or Goldberg's, just based on how things they did with him. Uh, I think him going to TNA then isn't such a bad thing if you look at it from that. He's physically fit, he's able. you're going to have to put him in matches with the right kinds of people, which is a problem. Yeah, not a problem. I mean, they're going to have to think very carefully with who they put him in the ring with. Maybe Samoa Joe, which is a dream match, I think, and they can advertise it as that, and they can kind of get some of that MMA fan base if they do it properly. Hopefully, they don't rush that. They build to that slowly, and obviously things with Kurt Angle. I think those two in particular could get really, really good results out of Lashley. Lashley just needs someone to kind of carry him, and he kind of does the rest himself. So, oh, hopefully, well, I think that's it right now. This is more of a ramble. Sorry about this one. It's just my gut reaction right now as to what's going to happen with Bobby Lashley. So, what does anyone else out there think? You can do a video response or text comments or whatever. Just let us know, and we'll keep this one going. Anyway, that's me done for the day. Bye.